Hello students, before beginning the demonstration of experiments of electricity, today I am going to show you the instruments which will be used in the electricity experiments. So this is the first one is the potentiometer. Here it is a 1 meter long potentiometer. You can see here, this I am showing you. This is a 1 meter long potentiometer. If you see here, this wire, it is made up of an alloy like Constantan or manganese. This wire is made up of an alloy like Constantan or manganese. These are the alloys. And what are the properties of alloys? Alloys are having a very high resistivity but a very low temperature coefficient of resistance. Means on passing the electric current for a short interval of time, their resistivity will not change. Now this wire is stretched along a meter scale, which is 100 centimeter long. You can see here, its 0 centimeter end is A and 100 centimeter end is B. It's clear? 100 centimeter end is B. You can see here. It's clear. So we will use a 1 meter long potentiometer, though if 4 meter long, 6 meter long potentiometer can also be used. But in our course, there is only 1 meter long potentiometer. Now this wire is of uniform cross section. Now there is another instrument which is the illuminator, which is a DC power supply illuminator. You can see here, it is a DC power supply which gives the DC voltage. You can see here, it is the top of this illuminator. It will be kept in this way. Here I am showing it. Here you can see it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the terminals. You can see here, there is a red color terminal which is taken as positive, black color terminal is taken as negative. From here you can switch on or switch off. Now suppose you want a power supply of 1 volt. What will you do? You will fix it at 1 volt. Suppose you want a power supply of 2 volt. Here 2 volt. You will set at 2 volt. Then 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt and 6 volt. It's clear? So by this we can get the power supply of 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt. Generally we require 2 volt, 3 volt and 4 volt. It's clear? This is the indicator. Here this is the plug. From this plug it will be connected to the mains. Mains is providing AC. It will convert that AC into the DC of the desired voltage, at which you will set this knob. This knob we can rotate it. So this is a illuminator. Now after this, I am going to show you here. There is a first I will show you the simple instruments which are very simple but very basic instruments. This is a jockey. You can see here. Here wire is connected at this terminal of the jockey. At this terminal of jockey, wire is connected. I am showing how will you connect the wire. This is the DCC wire. This wire we call it the DCC wire. What is the meaning of DCC wire? This is a copper wire. Over this copper wire, there is a coating of double layer of thread, double layer of cotton thread. It is clear? Double cloth coated. You can see here. This is one end. Here it is having a double cloth coating. You can see here. This is the one coating of the thread. So it is not opening here. You can see this is. This is one way and then you rotate in the other way. Yes. So it is double cloth coated copper wire. It's clear. Double cloth coated. It's clear. That's why we call it as the DCC wire. These wires are used as the connecting wires. They are used as the connecting wires. So how will you connect it in the jockey? This is the jockey. Here wire will be connected this way. Only half turn will be fixed. It's clear. We will not fix in the full turn. It will be fixed in the half turn. We will not connect like this. It's clear. Sometimes students connect like this. No, only half turn. It is clear. And then you tighten the screw so that there is no air gap. This is the half turn. You can see here. This is the half turn. And then you tighten the screw. It's clear. So it is very tightly fixed. There should be no loose joints. It's clear. So it is tightly fixed. What is the purpose of this jockey? This jockey is rubbed over this jockey is moved over the potentiometer wire. It is touched at the different points of the potentiometer wire. It will be touched at different points of the potentiometer wire in order to find the reading, in order to find the no deflection point. It will not be rubbed. It will not be rubbed like this. Otherwise, what will happen? The area of cross section of the potentiometer wire will be changed. So, this is the jockey. Now, there is this is the plug key. Plug key, it is used for switch on or switch off the current. When you will take out this, what will happen? Connection will be broken, flow of current will stop. It's clear. These are the binding terminals of plug key. One end of wire will be connected here in the same way as I have connected in the jockey, and the other end will be connected here in half turn. Wire will be always connected in the half turn. Suppose you have to establish the supply of current, you will insert the plug here in this gap. So this gap will be filled, supply of current will be maintained. When you will take it out, what will happen? There is a gap will be created, supply of current will be prevented. It's clear. So this is the plug key. Then here there is a cell box. You can see here, this is a cell box. Inside this cell box, we fix a cell. If in some experiments that you can say in Wheatstone bridge or in determination of EMF of the cell, a cell will be required. Besides all these things, cell will also be required. So in some experiments, not in all the experiments. So here this is the positive terminal of the cell, and the end at which this spring is connected, this is the negative terminal. Everything will be marked. Here these are the binding terminal where wires will be connected in the half turn very tightly. Connection should be very tight. It is clear. Then after this there is a coiled resistor. Here this is a coiled resistor. This coiled resistor is made from the same wire, same material wire which is used in the potentiometer. Means the wire which is used in the potentiometer and the wire which is used here in the coiled resistor, both are of same material. This wire is wound over this is on wooden frame, it is wounded, and these are the two binding terminals with the help of which we can connect the wires. Wires can be connected, that you can see. It's clear. Then there is a resistance box, you can see here. This is the resistance box, and with the help of resistance box we can introduce the resistance here. Here this is a 1 ohm plug key, this is 2 ohm, this is here, it is not printed, or it was printed but it has, now it is not visible. So 1 ohm, this plug key is of 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 20 ohm. These are the binding terminals. You can see here. In between these two, binding terminals, we will connect the wire. I am showing you how will you connect the wire in the resistance box. See here, wire will be connected this way. It will be once again connected in the half turn. It's clear. It will be connected in the half turn in this. In between these two, it will be connected this way. It's clear. Then you tight it. It's clear. It should be tightly fixed. There should be no loose contact. Now, what is the purpose of this resistance box? With the help of this resistance box, we can change the resistance of circuit in subsequent steps of 1 ohm. Suppose you want to insert the resistance of 1 ohm in the circuit, what will you do? You will take out 1 ohm plug. So 1 ohm resistance will be included in the circuit. Suppose if you want to introduce a resistance of 2 ohm, what will you do? You will take out this 2 ohm plug. These two are of 2 ohm. This is 2 ohm, this is 2 ohm. So what will happen? Now 2 ohm resistance will be included in the circuit. Suppose if you want to introduce 3 ohm resistance, what will you do? You take out 1 ohm and 2 ohm. 1 plus 2 coils are connected inside this box. Coils are connected inside this box in the series. So 1 plus 2, 3 ohm resistance will be included. Suppose if you want to introduce 4 ohm, what will you do? You insert it here. Now 2 and 2 you have taken out. So 2 plus 2, 4 ohm will be introduced in the circuit. Suppose you want to introduce 5 ohm, you close these keys. It's clear. And 5 ohm you take out. So 5 ohm resistance will be included in the circuit. When you will take out 1 ohm more, 5 plus 1, 6 ohm will be included in the circuit. The care should be taken that the remaining keys should be tightly fixed. Tightly fixed means you will ensure that whether it is tightly fixed or not. It is clear. There should be no loose contact. Loose contact means it should not be fixed like this. It is, see here, I have taken out very easily. It is clear. But here I have to apply some force. It is clear. So these keys should be fixed very tightly, and with the help of resistance box, resistance of circuit can be changed in the subsequent steps of 1 ohm. In 1 ohm. Now after this I am going to show you a very important instrument. It is a center zero galvanometer. It is a central zero galvanometer. Here in the undeflected position, this needle is at the middle. It is at the center. Now this needle can deflect either in the clockwise direction or it can deflect in the anti-clockwise direction. Either it can deflect in the clockwise direction or it can deflect in the anti-clockwise direction. Here only we have to show the direction of deflection. It is clear. There is no need to record the reading. Readings we will not record here. We will show only we will see only the direction of deflection, whether deflecting anti-clockwise or deflecting clockwise. It is clear. And with the help of this, we locate the null point. What is the null point? Null point is that point in which the circuit is in the closed state. Circuit is in the closed state, that is current is flowing through the circuit, but galvanometer is recording no current. Through galvanometer there is no current. That point is called the null point. Null point is that point at which galvanometer do not show any deflection on touching the jockey at some point of the potentiometer. On touching the jockey at some point of the potentiometer. This is the knife edge of the jockey. It will be touched at the different points, and then we will locate the null point with the help of galvanometer. Now see here, this is the ammeter. You know what is the ammeter? Ammeter is an instrument which is used for recording the current. It is connected in the series of the resistor in which we have to record the current. If you see here this ammeter, it is having a range of 1 ampere. You can see 0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1.0. If we see, so what is the range of this ammeter? It is 1 ampere. If you see here, there are how many divisions in 0 to 0.2? So if you count it, you will find that there are 10 divisions, 10 small divisions from 0 to 0.2. Then from 0.2 to the 0.4, there are how many divisions? 10 divisions. 0.4 to 0.6, there are 10 divisions. 0.6 to 0.8, there are 10 divisions. And 0.8 to 1.0, there are 10 divisions. So here 10 small divisions is equal to 0.2 ampere. You can see here in the ammeter which records the current, here 10 small divisions is equal to 0.2 ampere. So what will be one small division? It will be 0.2 upon 10, that is 0.02 ampere. 0.02 ampere. This is called the least count of ammeter. Least count of ammeter means here how will you write? Least count of ammeter. It is 0.02 ampere. It is clear. Now suppose the needle on connecting it in the circuit, this needle which is at present 0, it is somewhere here. So how will you count the divisions? Because in divisions we can count very quickly. So from up to 0.2 there are how many divisions? 10. Then up to here there are how many divisions? 5, 15. So it is 16, 17, 18, up to 18 division. It is at 18th division needle. So what will be the ammeter's reading? 0.02 into 18, that is 0.36. 0.02 into 18, that is 0.36 ampere. We will read in divisions because in divisions we can count very quickly. If it comes in between two divisions, then you can take any one. Either you take smaller or you take bigger if it comes in between two divisions. It is clear? So here range is 1 ampere and least count is 0.02 ampere. In all the experiments in your course, you will get the ammeter of 1 ampere range. It is clear? Ammeter of 1 ampere range. Now this is the voltmeter. You can see here. If you see here, what is the range of this voltmeter? It is 3 volt. What is the purpose of voltmeter? That you know, it records the potential difference. 0 volt, 1 volt, 2 volt and 3 volt. It is clear. If you see there are how many divisions from 0 to 1, very easily you can tell there are 20 divisions. From 1 to 2, there are 20 divisions. From 2 to 3, there are 20 divisions. Means in 1 volt range, there are how many divisions? 20. So what is the least count of voltmeter? You can see here, least count of voltmeter. It reads 1 volt over the 20 divisions. So 1 division will be equal to, it is 0.05 volt. 0.05 volt. Now see here, how will you take the reading? Suppose here needle is this. Now at any instant, this needle is here. Here it is somewhere here. So first you count the divisions. So when you will count the divisions, what will you get? You will get 20, up to 1 volt 20, then up to 2 volt 40, and then it is 46, 45, 46. 46 into 0.05 volt. It's clear? Because it is very quickly we can record in divisions and then we can multiply the least count. So its range is 3 volt and its least count is, that is value of one small division is 0.05 volt. In voltmeter and in ammeter there are the positive and negative terminals. These are marked here. It is clear. This is the positive terminal of voltmeter and this is the negative terminal. During the connection, the circuit diagram will be given in the question paper. It will be given in the question paper, but while you do the connection, then you connect with the proper terminal. If it has been asked to connect with the positive, you connect with the positive terminal. Similarly, here in ammeter also, all of you, one more thing, how will you identify? Sometimes students get confused which one is the ammeter and which one is the voltmeter. So in ammeter, A will be printed, in voltmeter, V will be printed, and in the galvanometer, G will be printed. It is clear? In your examination, you will get voltmeter of this range only and this least count only. It is clear? This range and least count will be same. So here it is the positive and negative terminal. Similarly, in ammeter also there is the positive terminal and negative terminal. But in the galvanometer, you can connect in any way. Though positive and negative are marked, but you can connect in any way. Only on interchanging the connection, what will happen? Direction of deflection will be changed. Only this much will take place. Otherwise, there will be no effect. But here, if you do the mistake, then there will be some problem that the experiment will not take place. Now, see here one more thing. Sometimes after doing the connection, what happens? This needle which is at 0 goes below 0. Goes below 0. After doing all the connections, needle in the ammeter or needle in the voltmeter, it goes below 0. Means it goes below 0. So then what will you do? In that case, we will interchange the terminals. Means all the wires which are connected here will be connected with this. All which are connected here will be connected with this. Means terminals will be interchanged. Similarly, here also, if suppose in ammeter, needle goes below 0, so all the wires here will be connected here and all the wires of this terminal will be connected with this. We will do this thing only in that meter in which needle goes below 0. So, this is all about the introduction of these instruments. In the next lecture, I will demonstrate one experiment on the electricity. Thank you.